Greetings, yogis. We are going to get right to our practice today. So make your way to your mat. Take a couple moments, no props today. We're just going to jump right in. So with that, raise the arms overhead. Find some nice side stretches. You've got a couple options for your side stretch. Really just whatever feels good. Make sure you can stay grounded in both feet and just try to lengthen through the ribs. So up and over, up and over. You can even step the foot, whichever one, around just to have a little extra support for those side stretches. Making your way into somewhat of a chair pose, a back bend, a heart opener. Try not to just throw the head back. Stay very supported. Keep breathing. Moving into a forward fold, standing forward fold. Allow yourself to find additional side stretches over and over and over. Maybe finding that lengthening in the side bodies here. Again, keep weight equal in your feet as you find these forward fold side stretches. Making your way to a half lift and folding right back down. Take a moment to inhale, standing all the way up. Perhaps a little bit of a back bend. Exhale, fold right back down. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Moving through a half sene again, up with the hands. Eyes might follow the hands. Fold right back down. Exhale. Moving towards your first little stretch here with the hamstrings, the calf, the Achilles. Again, hamstring, calf, Achilles, a modified plank version of this. Shifting to the tiptoes in your plank pose, into the heels, and right back into downward facing dog. Playing your down dog just a little bit here, lengthening the backs of the legs. You want the heels to draw to the floor, not necessarily all the way to the floor. You can find your 3-limb down dog, hip opener, moving, rotating the knee, the ankle, switching to the second side. Make sure you get both sides here. Lengthening out, just finding that space, especially if you've been sitting just a little too much. Now cat-cows, waking up the spine, drop the belly, lift the hips, rounding, tucking the chin, maybe finding a few pats of the tops of the feet just for a little stretch. Shoulder to hip movements might feel good, just whatever is organic. Again, waking up the spine. Moving a little bit more towards a shoulder stretch, taking one hand and sweeping it in between the wrist and the knee. Find the modification you like here. Try and rest the temple. You can walk the hand out, maybe lean just a little bit into that hip, the top hip. Finding the second side, you'll want to re-engage, reset up, and then stretching your arm towards the ceiling, pulling the hand in between the wrist and the knee, finding that nice big stretch. Taking a little bit more time here to just lengthen, breathe. It's a child's pose modification, so child's pose with a little twist. Coming out of that, stretching the arm nice and tall. Go right back towards your seat. This time we're going to work down to our back. Crossing one ankle over a knee, finding a figure 4 pose. Breathing in. Breathing out, allow yourself to find a nice, easy stretch here. You don't want to force the legs. You don't want to force the muscles when we're just getting started. Try and draw the shoulders towards the mat as you do this, giving yourself an opportunity to draw both knees in towards the chest, just a little movement side to side. Finding your twist. Keep both shoulders planted. Allow yourself to breathe through the side body here. Finding your second side, gentle twist. Again, no need to pressure. Make sure the shoulders stay grounded as you do this. Letting the arms stretch overhead, letting the feet move towards the ceiling. Allow yourself to find the hands clasping around the neck, and then just draw one knee in towards the chest, full extension of the other leg. So drawing knee in, foot out. Little core work to get started. Try not to crane in the neck. Let the shoulders lift off of the mat and just switch and switch and switch. So maybe finding about 10 or so of those, no big deal. Pull your way back into a tabletop posture and right into your downward facing dog. So no rush to get there. Finding your down dog, work into a plank pose. Right knee towards the chest, right foot steps forward. Prepping for your high lunge, Anjaneyasana. You want the hips square. Arms can go overhead. Just make sure that the ears and biceps line up. Nice and strong in the front foot, nice and strong through the whole leg. We're going to take left arm under right arm for eagle arms here. Stepping into your eagle pose, using my left toes as a kickstand. I'm going to stay nice and lengthened in the back without finding too much back bend, and then rounding into an eagle fold. So Garandasana eagle pose to our airplane pose or warrior three. So it doesn't have to be the biggest warrior three ever. We want to gently step back into the high lunge and stay in control using our breath. Hands towards the mat, stepping back to downward facing dog. Taking it easy here, a couple breaths. Allow yourself to reset. Left knee draws into the chest, left foot steps in between the hands, setting up second side. High lunge, Anjaneyasana. Again, you want to really find that nice alignment, strong legs, knee over ankle. As we find our second eagle arms, right arm underneath left, using the right toes as a kickstand, give yourself an opportunity to set up. Take your time. There is no rush. If you want to take that bowed eagle pose, go for it. No pressure. Lifting back up, unwinding to your airplane pose or the balanced posture, keeping the chest nice and lifted, lifting the heel, stepping right back into your high lunge Anjaneyasana. Finding that opportunity to find a chaturanga, always an option or an invitation to flow, as I like to say. Taking it easy, cobra or up dog, skipping it and just going back to down dog. Totally yogi's choice here. So again, right foot lifts, steps to the outside of the right hand, drop the left knee, and allow yourself to just work into a version of lizard pose or low lunge. Pulling back into a half split. Keeping the rounded out of the upper back, the roundedness, keeping a nice flat back, and then twisting towards that front leg, the right leg. Side plank, Vashisthasana. See if you can lift the hips. You could certainly use that top leg foot as a kickstand. You can drop the bottom knee, bottom leg, use that as a kickstand. You've got options, variations. Use your side plank variation. That works best for you. Back to downward facing dog yogis. Left leg lifts, left foot steps outside of the hand. So just kind of play with that low lunge variation, that lizard pose variation. Feel free to drop the right knee, opposite knee. Feel free to stay lifted. It's completely yogi's choice. Half split. So with this half split, just pull the hips back gently. Blocks are handy here. If you have the props with you, use them as an extension of the arm. Finding our twist towards the front leg. So this time it'll be the left leg. Lengthening through the hands. Block is good here. Side plank, Vashisthasana. So know you have options. Modify accordingly. Back to your plank pose. Offer to flow. Invitation to flow. Skip it if you don't need it. Make sure you continue with the breath. Big inhales, big exhales. Again, inhale and exhale, and inhale and exhale. So with that, on your next inhale, walk it forward, step it forward, make your way to that standing forward fold. Halfway lift, it's an inhale. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, we're going to drop our hips, finding our yogi squat. So yogi squat looks a number of ways for most people. So today, do what works best. Halfway lift, fold and sit, boat pose. A little more core work, half boat or lengthen or relax, and then make your way into just a rest. Setting up for bridge pose. Setu Bandhasana, lift the hips. You want the knees stacked over the ankles. You want to be able to roll the shoulders underneath you slightly, lower down, take a break, back up, bridge pose. Breathe with it. Squeeze the glutes at the top, rest in between, finding another round bridge pose. Make sure you keep the eyes towards the ceiling. You don't want to look around here. Rest when you need to rest. Finding yourself into a shoulder stand variation. Support yourself with your hands on your low back. Again, you want to keep the eyes towards the feet, eyes towards the ceiling. If you like plow pose, move into your plow pose. Yes, relax, drop the feet back down, release with some gentle twisting. You've got this. Taking it easy, taking a nice slow flow today, setting yourself up for Shavasana. If you have the time, stay here just as long as you would like to. Breathing, finding your intention, or cultivating an intention. Maybe it's a word or a phrase. Perhaps just a few good breaths. Thank you for practicing with us, yogis. Again, stay here as long as you'd like.